Now, I probably wouldn't have defined living in an ice shack for a period of time as a stable place to live. It's not a home. However, you didn't find an issue with living in the ice shack. You liked where his friends were, who his friends were. You liked that it was, I guess, he had a place to live. But within a month or two, he moved in with his parents, them as being stable people. His mom and Floyd, stable people. Sounds like you have good affection for them, or you don't have anything negative to say about them. So he had a stable place to live with Sammy. So that to me, he meets that condition, whether or not he's in jail for 5 weeks or whether or not he's in jail perhaps maybe a little longer than that, will be unstable if he's not able to take care of Sammy. But that was not a condition. Your condition was not, you can have Sammy, but only you have to take care of him. He can't be anywhere else. You can't leave him in your car when you go to a bar. You can't do this. You can't do that. Your condition was a stable place to live. Mom and Floyd are stable. He was temporarily allowing Mom and Floyd to take care of Sammy, not removing him from that environment. And you no longer wanted visitation with Sammy. So had you wanted that visitation, I can see that it would be part of the gift, the conditional gift, that Mr. Hess call you up and say, Miss Hutari, I'm in jail. I can't take care of Sammy right now. Can you take care of him until I get out of jail? But you didn't want to have those visitations, and he was not under that requirement to notify you about that. And as I see it right now, yes, he may have open serious cases in Sawyer County, Polk County, whatever the counties, he may be under conditions. However, at this time, Sammy has a stable place to live. He's living with his mom and Floyd. You can't take Sammy back and forth to your girlfriend. His place to live is with your mom and Floyd. That's the stable place. If you get your own environment, your own home, and Sammy can move to that home, that would be stable. You can't bring him back and forth. He has a place to live. And it's with Mom and Floyd until you have your own place to live. But I can't find that he violated the condition of a stable place to live because Sammy has that. However, I will say it will violate that condition if he goes to prison or if he goes to jail for a lengthy period of time. 5 weeks is not a lengthy period of time. He could have went on vacation for 5 weeks. Regardless of where he was, he left Sammy in a good home being taken care of by his mom and Floyd. So he did not violate that condition. So I'm finding that Sammy belongs with Mr. Hess, and he must be turned over to Mr. Hess within 1 week. If he's not turned over within 1 week, you will violate the court's order and you could be held in contempt. The only condition that remains is he provide a stable home. If you can provide concrete information that he's not providing a stable home for Sammy, then he violates that condition, and then Sammy could be returned back to you. I don't find he violated that condition. I find you actually violated it by going to his parents and removing Sammy or telling them that I am here to take Sammy back. He didn't violate that condition. So Sammy is rightfully a gift to Mr. Hess with now the only remaining condition to have a stable place to live. It's unfortunate, I understand. You went 2 years without seeing Sammy, 2 years without seeing Sammy, being involved in Sammy's life. And that is hard on a dog as well. But I'm going to tell you, the dog remembers you. The dog remembers Mr. Hess. The dog will remember your ex-boyfriend if he had a relationship with him. Dogs are great that way. They remember happiness. They remember horror. So within 1 week of today, which would be July 28th, Sammy must be returned to Mr. Hess. Mr. Hess, I am telling you right now, you must have a stable, as you say, a stable place for Sammy to live. He can't be brought back and forth. He really shouldn't be kept in your vehicle while you're at a bar. He shouldn't be, not looked at or taken care of. And I don't know if you did or did not have his shots up to date, but that's a part of being a good pet owner. You have to keep him up to date. Not only is it for Sammy, but it's the law. Okay, he needs to ensure that he has his rabies and all of those other things. So again, that is the order of the court, and it's unfortunate because I think Sammy sounds like a very, very good dog, and it's unfortunate that your relationship ended the way it did. I'm not going to go into what you are allegedly committed or allegedly
Accused of.
charged with in those actions. Mr. Hess, it sounds like that if any of those allegations are true, you better get your life back in check. Because if you continue down that road, that is going to be a violation, and Sammy deserves better than that.
Does.
All right, so that is the order of the court.
With the restraining order in place, we might want to talk about how to get the dog.
Is it,
to
has he
him.
been served?
I don't think he's been served, but I mean, in Polk, they're probably going to serve him within this week.
Polk County actually asked Burnett County to serve it. They haven't been able to catch up with him at his parents' house because he's always at his girlfriend's house.
Our clerk checked with our Polk County or our Burnett County Sheriff's Department, and we don't have it, do we?
I didn't get the.
They had it.
Because I realized it wasn't our restraining order.
Oh. Well, then it can be 1 week exchange here at the government center within 1 week. When would you like to exchange the dog?
I don't know. Can't believe this is actually happening.
That's why you have to be specific and clear in your conditions. All right, then I'm just gonna say Wednesday, 1 o'clock.
I have group on Wednesdays, Your Honor. Would you like me to cancel, or
No, I do not want you to cancel group.
Tuesdays and Fridays are open for me?
Then Friday at 1.
Canceled group to be here today.
No, I didn't.
Well, I don't want him canceling group because if he goes to group, that's showing that he's trying to improve his life. He's trying to remain sober. I don't know what the full allegations are against Mr. Hess. I have heard that it involves illegal substances. All right, Friday at 1, Government Center.
I won't be here Friday.
Well, then Tuesday at 1.
So tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow at 1. Right in front of the Government Center. Again, now we're very clear at what the condition is. A stable place for Sammy to live, food, shelter, bed.
He goes to prison.
Well, he goes to prison, obviously, you get the dog. That's not a stable environment. He can't give the dog then to his
Moving the
mom
dog
and
back
dad.
and forth isn't stable either, but
Going where back and forth?
if he goes
Then
to
why'd you remove
prison,
him from my parents?
forth between the parents and me.
No, it won't happen. If he violates that condition, he goes to prison, he can't provide a stable home for him. That means he goes back to you. He can't then say, Mom and Dad take care of him for however many years I'm going to be in prison. That is not a safe environment. Granted, he would be safe with Mom and Floyd, but if he goes away for a significant amount of time to jail or to prison, and I'm going to define going to jail about a year or prison, or 6 months. That's not a stable environment,
Correct.
okay? And you can't then pass off Sammy to be taken care of by your mom and Floyd. That's why it's very important if you gift somebody with a condition, it needs to be very clear what your statement was, because you did testify that you gave him Sammy because you believed he was not emotionally handling things well and that he needed Sammy. And then you testified that he lived in an ice shack. Those don't sound stable to me, but those were the conditions upon which you gave Sammy. So it has to go from there. All right, tomorrow at 1.
All right, let's talk about that. In a powerful and carefully reasoned ruling, Judge Mogen brought Michael Hess v. Frust, Rose Hutari to a close one that highlighted just how delicate and consequential a Replevin case can be when it involves a beloved pet. And make no mistake, this wasn't just about a dog. This was about trust, second chances, and how undefined promises can unravel into legal knots. Through it all, Judge Mogen did what good judges do. She stayed steady, grounded the ruling in law, and treated the parties with empathy, even when things got emotional. The final order? Samson, the German Shepherd at the center of this storm, is to be returned to Mr. Hess within 1 week. And it wasn't just a simple handover. The judge made it abundantly clear this is a conditional gift, and the sole remaining condition is that Samson must live in a stable home. Judge Mogen went to great lengths to define that term. It means food, shelter, and a safe environment. It does not mean bouncing between a girlfriend's trailer and a parent's home. And it certainly does not mean leaving the dog in the car outside a bar. Still, in this instance, she found that Mike Hess met the requirement. At the time of the hearing, Samson was living with Mike's mother and stepfather, Floyd, whom Rose herself admitted were stable people. And while the ice shack living arrangement earlier in 2023 probably wouldn't qualify, Judge Mogen noted that even Rose accepted it at the time. More importantly, once Mike moved into his parents' home, that became Samson's stable living situation. She addressed the elephant in the room too, Mike's legal issues. With open cases, possible charges, and allegations of substance use floating in the background, the judge didn't ignore them. She acknowledged their seriousness and in no uncertain terms warned Mike. If he ends up in jail or prison for a substantial amount of time defined as 6 months to a year, he'll be in violation of the court's order. And at that point, custody of Samson could revert to Rose. As the judge put it, you can't parent from prison, and you can't pet parent from prison either. As for how things ended between Mike and Rose, well, it wasn't pretty, and that played out in the courtroom. The judge made a point of saying that animals feel tension, and Samson's anxious behavior during the relationship likely reflected the emotional turmoil between them. That comment was based in part on the testimony of witness Sharice Miller, who described a night and day difference in Samson's behavior between then and now. But as Judge Mogen astutely noted, Miller only saw Samson when the couple was still together, making it impossible to separate what was caused by Hess alone versus the shared dynamic. Logistics came last, but they mattered. With a restraining order in place and tensions high, Judge Mogen ordered the handoff of Samson to occur at the Government Center Tuesday at 1 p.m. No debate, no back and forth. She even declined to let Mike cancel his sobriety group, reinforcing that responsible steps toward stability like treatment should continue. So where does that leave us? With a reminder that informal agreements, especially when made during emotional times, need clarity. Judge Mogen's ruling wasn't just a decision, it was a guide. A guide for how to gift responsibly, how to follow through on promises, and how to anchor legal arguments in specifics, not just feelings. If you found this hearing insightful, consider subscribing, hitting the bell, and letting me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read every one.